And what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 54 of the Marvelite. I am your host this week, Luke, and as always, I am joined with Nick.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Will.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's also my fault that sad friend Michael is not here, but...
Yeah, rip Michael. He couldn't be with us. This is actually an early recording. We were recording earlier because we have a Doctor Strange premiere to get to.
Yeah. So
we are definitely looking forward to that. But anyways, Will, did you have something to say?
Yeah, it kind of in lieu of Michael being missing, I do want to give our friends and fans the benefit of knowing that you can use the passcode Bridge10 for 10% off at lootcrate.com.
Yes, you can. This was actually like a really cool month. This was like a horror-themed month for Loot Crate, and I got mine, and I got some really cool stuff. Actually, I think my favorite thing that I got was Freddy chopsticks from the film.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, they're kind of cool. They kind of look like his claws, but they're chopsticks. It's really neat. So,
I think I have their zombie one from last year.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't have it this time last year, but I definitely have it now, and I'm really glad that I didn't miss out on this month's horror theme. It was really good. But anyways, guys, so moving on. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a lot of viewer questions,
and
we got
it's Nick's birthday.
And it's Nick's birthday. I was getting ready to say that. You beat me to it. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Yeah, as of this recording, November 3rd, it's my birthday, so yep. Be sure to leave me late birthday replies in the comments.
Yeah, mine were early, yours are late.
Yeah. So, last week, we had someone ask us if we were going to talk about the new X-Men comic series coming out. And I'm glad that we kind of held off until now to talk about it. Because this is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely have a lot to say about it, but Will, do you want to go ahead and give your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's a really interesting list since we got Resurrection coming up sometime after Death of X. Someone pointed out to me that the X-Men Blue and Gold titles are like throwbacks, but I think the other books they picked are kind of interesting because you got Iceman, who's pretty big. You have Cable coming back, who I guess that might be a tie-in for Deadpool 2 down the road. Jean Grey's getting a book. I don't know if that's going to follow young Jean Grey or follow the old one. A fucking Generation X book, which I think is hilarious. And, and Weapon X.
And Weapon X, yeah. Well, yeah. Wait, did you say X-Men Blue and Gold? Because
yeah.
We're getting that too. Yeah, and we're getting Iceman... Cable, yeah, we're just getting all of this cool stuff.
They're just kind of random.
And this is all following on the conclusion of Inhumans versus X-Men, which I saw coming from a mile away. But here's the thing. So at this time last year, right, all we knew is that Death of X was coming, and we were like, oh god, it's the X-Men Apocalypse. But it looks like that this is a complete relaunch, or I guess rebranding, of the X-Men franchise in the comics.
Yeah, because this is for the spring.
This is pretty interesting because for a lot of you guys know that Marvel has been backing the X-Men and mutant kind in general into a corner, and they've almost been banishing them from the comics. Like, a lot of them have been dying off, some of them have been disappearing altogether. Books are being canceled left and right, but it looks like this is like they're making a big comeback. I wonder why that is. What on earth made them change their mind? Can you guys guess?
They're building bridges.
Yeah, can you guys guess the one thing that is causing all of this to happen? Because this time last year, we had Marvel stop the production of X-Men merchandise, like movie merchandise.
Yeah.
They stopped the production of toy merchandise, clothing merchandise, and video game merchandise.
And they just brought back the toys, I think, this past month. Because I saw them in the store. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't think they came out till 2017. So
yeah. They have Marvel Legends coming out now with X-Men. I've been seeing more and more clothing coming back for the X-Men. That's really interesting because, again, you remember around the time that the Fant Four Stick movie came out, Marvel did a big flip off to them in the comic books.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was really funny.
Everyone died but Michael B. Jordan, and now we know why.
Yep. Shortly after that, that's really funny. Oh my god.
Really funny.
But yeah, shortly after that, everything started disappearing, and now all of a sudden, man, it's all coming back. And apparently, too, I've been hearing whispers of them bringing back, like, X-Men 92.
Well, I thought 92 was already back. Oh, no, I think they're going to try and... Aren't they going to try to move it into someone else's canon?
I don't know at this point.
From the
I have
Reddit
no idea.
rumors, I think they're trying to do some shit where they put another universe in the same canon as 92, and it sounded stupid.
Yeah, they're like amalgamating like the 90s with something else.
I think it was Renew Your Vows or some shit.
Here I'm reading. I don't know exactly what all this is going to tie into. I feel like it's pretty interesting. Like, the fact that Jean Grey, Cable, and Iceman are getting their own solo books tells me that they're going to have very specific arcs
and then,
during like the main events.
And then it's just Weapon X, which is probably for the Wolverine movie. Because Logan comes out, so
yeah, that's probably going to be for the main movie.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is all interesting news. I'm excited.
Okay, now we can
Nick,
keep going.
What do you think about this,
Christ.
man? You gonna read some copies of this when it comes out?
Oh fuck!
Wait, what?
I don't.
What are we holding on for?
Yeah, I don't know. I think my finger accidentally hit the space bar or something while my Audacity was open. Anyways, just keep going.
Oh my god.
You keep going. No, restart everything. Restart.
Well, this is officially an AIDS fest. All right, thank you, Will, for giving us the last AIDS fest.
I'll just edit that out.
Why did it stop recording? Anyways.
Alright, so wait, Kate, go back to my thoughts on X-Men. Okay, so yeah. I'm looking forward to the new comics. I'm probably going to read, like, the main Blue and Gold, possibly, and then, like, Weapon X, and then maybe the Generation X comic, but it's, like, really interesting that they're doing all this, because that was the initial rumor last year, that they were just going to cancel pretty much most of the X-Men, like, move them to a different world and all that.
I know. I find that all very interesting. Again, I wonder what gave them the change of heart there. I have no idea. But anyways, this is cool. Like, we're getting the return of X-Men. All right, guys. So, before I start to... Because for some reason, every time I talk about the X-Men, whether it's good or bad, I start to feel depressed in some way. So, I think it's time to move on. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the Marvel Netflix side. And we got our first official photos of the Defenders. That's right, the Defenders started filming just a couple of days ago, and we got the return of Misty Knight and Jessica Jones. They encounter each other for the first time, and some of the set photos are cool. It kind of looks like Jessica Jones is bleeding a little bit. We don't know why. She may have gotten into a scuffle, and Misty Knight kind of might have just showed up as the detective and just kind of ended up, catching her in time just to meet her. So I don't know. This is pretty interesting.
Have you seen the meme about it where it says what we see, and it's of Misty, I think with her gun out, pointing at Jessica, and then underneath it says what Luke Cage sees is just 2 cups of coffee.
That's probably the best marketing of 2016. I will say.
No, Defenders.
Will, dude, why do you think that they could possibly be meeting up?
It's New York, and it's Marvel, so clearly it's all connected.
Well, I mean, the Avengers are also in New York, too. So
I mean, they might be... but the Avengers don't give a fuck about the real people of New York.
I mean, that's true, but...
Tony Stark doesn't care about black people.
Oh. But... well, like, aside from these set photos, too, we got confirmation of, like, returning cast. So one of my favorite characters in Jessica Jones was that character Malcolm. He's going to be returning for the Defenders. There's, like, what possible role could you give this guy for the Defenders?
He's going to be the martyr. He's going to be the Coulson for Defenders.
Oh, no, actually, people are saying that that's going to be, Claire Temple's going to be the catalyst for that.
and those people are wrong.
Well, we also got confirmation too that Colleen Wing, who it will be in Iron Fist, it will be returning for the Defenders as well. So that's cool. So maybe, hopefully, we can get that Misty Knight Colleen Wing team up there, and hopefully by the time the Defenders rolls around, she actually loses her arm. Misty Knight, because I'm like, why even set that up? Like they teased it so hard, and I'm like,
I know
they came so close to just cutting her arm off. Like they honestly, like, I feel like they should have done that, but maybe they felt like that would have been a bit of an overkill. But me personally, I wanted to see that more than anything. Just give her the freaking metal. It's like, is it too much? Is it too much of an overkill or an overreach to have two people in the cinematic universe to have metal arms? Is that too much to ask for?
No.
No, I don't think that it is. I just
metal arm.
I'm rooting for the metal arm for her. So it's like, it's almost comparable to, I don't know if you watch Adventure Time, but they always keep saying that Finn's gonna lose his arm, and he never did for a long time. But they kept teasing it. Like, just cut off his arm already, and that's what I feel like they did with Misty Knight. They teased us. But anyways, I'm really excited for this. Keep on rolling the set photos out.
Dude, why is Marvel copying DC? Like, they're trying to do Legends of Tomorrow with Defenders.
Yeah, because Defenders wasn't announced way before Legends came into existence.
Yeah, that was a thing way before Legends was even going to be a thing.
Yeah, and Trish is going to be in Defenders.
Oh, yeah, Trish Walker, Hellcat. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see that, too.
I wonder if they're going to bring back Nuke as some kind of antagonist.
Dude, Nuke was on Arrow last night.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the human target.
Oh, the actor?
Yeah.
The actor that plays Nuke? Really?
Yeah, he was on Arrow.
Oh. Okay. Well, you know what I find interesting, too, is that, like, they kind of made Nuke, like, that he's, like, actually, like, a Captain America villain. And I find that really interesting that they
he's a Daredevil.
Well, he's also a Captain America villain. But I just find that interesting that they kind of they kind of put him in that world rather than in the movie world. But I don't know, maybe because they have like bigger plans for him in the show. So
that's what we had Crossbones for, bro.
Yeah, well.
Oh wait.
Well, in my opinion, Crossbones was grossly underused, but
yes, he was.
Like,
I'm mad. I'd love to see more fights between Brock Rumlow and Steve Rogers.
Yeah, me too. And I think that it would have been more of it wouldn't have been so bad if they would have got like generic actor number 3 to play the role, but they didn't. They got an actually like really good actor to play the role, and it was such a small role. Again, it was just grossly underused, and they could have really utilized that villain, but for some reason, man, they just like, no, we're just gonna blow him up.
Kabloom!
And then you have Frank Grillo on Twitter saying, "No, guys, he's not dead. He's coming back." It's like, dude, just stop. He's dead. He got blowed up. He's done.
It's just like, well, fuck. Maybe he'll be back in Infinity War?
No. No. It's like, it just kind of goes to show, like, Marvel, for some reason, their villains, in my opinion, are really, really underdeveloped. And there's only a few exceptions to where, like, they're really building the villains up for bigger purposes, but yeah, for some reason they're just slightly one-dimensional. And
please, God, let the villains for Guardians, Spider-Man, and Black Panther be good.
Oh, and Ragnarok, dude. Hela has to be good.
And Ragnarok, just the next 4.
Just the next 4 in general, yes.
Oh, Killmonger.
Oh, actually, Killmonger and Manape, dude.
Yeah, I really want them to be good.
Me too.
And I don't want them to die.
No. I'm really tired of guys dying in the MCU because it's like you guys are just gonna end up killing them all off, and then there's gonna be none to fight in the future.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird how like the DC Comics usually has a no killing rule, but you get into Marvel and they're like, you want to keep a villain gone? Kill him dead.
I mean, let's be real though. The only one who actually stays dead in the MCU or in the Marvel universe is Uncle Ben. Poor guy.
Except for that alternate universe Ben.
Yeah, that doesn't.
They tried to step around that.
Doesn't count.
I know, it's an alternate universe Ben, so it's like, oh, he sort of came back. They didn't break the rule exactly. They just bent it.
He came back to give advice to all of the Spider-Men.
all of you Peter Parkers. I'm Indian and I'm black and I'm Hispanic. So.
Some of them were like, "Who's Uncle Ben?"
Yeah, who's the
and then all the
fuck
white New York
man?
Peter Parkers were like, "Fuck you." Like,
Fuck
that's
you,
our Uncle
you
Ben.
That's our Uncle Ben, the collective, like, 200.
Alright, it's going to start turning into dick jokes shortly, so let's get back on track. Anyways, so I'm excited for the Defenders. I just want the set photos to keep rolling. Hopefully we'll have more information coming. We definitely know that the Hand is going to have a massive role. So it'll
and Sigourney Weaver.
And Sigourney, yeah. Who the hell is Sigourney Weaver going to be playing?
First of all, how did they get?
Oh, she's
Sigourney
Viper,
Weaver?
I think.
Wait, like Madam Viper?
Yeah, dude, from X-Men.
Yeah, but
that my body would not be ready.
Okay.
That is
here's the thing.
Yeah, dude, she's co-owned by Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the weird thing is that she's one and the same. Madam Hydra, Viper. They're a character that's one and the same. So Fox has Madam Viper, which is what they showed in the Wolverine for some reason, and that was a god awful interpretation of her. Like, she was terrible in that. Just poorly written, poorly designed, and poorly acted, in my opinion. So Fox owns that version of her, but Marvel owns the other half of her, which is Madam Hydra. And I don't know if they're going to tie Hydra into the Defenders, but that would be kind of neat if they did.
I mean, they can tie it into S.H.I.E.L.D. I guess they can tie it into Defenders. It all comes together. The Hand, the Hydra agents near destruction. I don't fucking know.
But yeah, it's pretty cool that Sigourney Weaver is going to be in there. I love her as an actress. I love almost anything that she's in. So,
Sigourney Weaver has yet to let me down. Even in the bad thing she's in, she doesn't disappoint me.
Yeah,
she makes me happy.
So,
don't kill Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, I know. No, please don't. But I think we're going to switch topics here because we're on this one for a little too long. So, on this week's episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we got the origin of Robbie Ray as Ghost Rider. And guess who freaking shows up? Just take
his mustache.
No, not his mustache. He's
Danny Ketch.
He's got this vague mustache. No, Nicholas, actually. Not Danny Ketch, but his brother, Johnny Blaze. That is right. We got Johnny freaking Blaze. Finally. It looks like they probably don't have an actor cast yet because he was all CG, just had the flaming skull. And you want to know why I say that it's Johnny Blaze? Some people were saying, it might be Danny Ketch.
Because of the jacket and the motorcycle?
No, not even that. Not even that. One, Danny Ketch sometimes has blue flames. Two, he had a dent in his skull, and that is where Johnny Blaze got shot in the head. That dent is clear as day. If you go back and look in freeze frame, there's a big dent in his skull. That's Johnny Blaze. And that's
how are there two Ghost Riders?
I mean, the original movie had two Ghost Riders. So.
That's very true. No, in the Ghost Rider lore, there can always be more than one Ghost Rider. But remember, there's only one Spirit of Vengeance.
One Spirit of Vengeance.
There's only one Spirit of Vengeance. So there can be multiple Ghost Riders, but there is only one Ghost Rider. There's only one of those, so. But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited about that.
As are I.
Dude, Johnny
Really
Blaze, Netflix.
That's what I'm hoping, honestly. I'm hoping that this is sort of like a backdoor pilot for a Ghost Rider spinoff. Like, wouldn't it be cool to just see the Ghost Riders? Like, we could get Danny Ketch and Johnny. We might even be able to get Alejandro. I mean, imagine that. We could get a female Ghost Rider.
God, yeah. That'd be boss.
That...
Dude, I just realized. Remember how we got that teaser for Ghost Rider way back that was just a floating skull?
Wait, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Remember we got that teaser for Robbie Ray's way back
Marvel
with the
Knights
first
on
floating
Netflix.
skull?
I know.
That's Johnny Blaze's skull. That's not Robbie's.
I know it is. And did you notice too that Johnny Blaze's skull looked a little bit it looked a little bit like proportionate to his body size. Like, it didn't look so big like Robbie's skull, because Robbie's skull still looks bigger than bigger than what it should be.
Your skull isn't that big when it's on fire?
No, it's not.
Oh.
But anyways, guys, so I think it's time to move on to viewer questions.
Oh, did you not want to talk about that minute thing that happened?
No.
Okay, I'm fine with that. We can skip it. Let's go to the questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, well, I guess our first question of the week comes from Warukruk, and Waru asks, #AskMarvelite, how would you feel if the resurrection leads to the reviving of the older Jean Grey? With the Jean Grey comic being revealed, it would make sense. Also, the older Cyclops is dead, and she's not going to get some D. LOL. Well, Waru, I wouldn't see why that couldn't be a thing, honestly. That's what I'm expecting, is them to bring back the older Jean Grey at this point. But, how do you guys feel about that?
I mean, Jean Grey's history has been a mess, so maybe they can iron out some of those kinks in her lore after they bring her back again for, like, the 15th time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, I mean, she's getting that solo book, so that would explain why.
Yeah. Nick, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me if they're just going... It seems like they're going pretty much classic X-Men with the new comics, so I would assume that would happen.
Blue team and gold. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Will, did you want to pick it up?
Yeah, I can pick it up now.
All right.
So, Waru asked Marvelite, does anyone at Hyper Network care about War Machine? I find Rhodey to be a boring character, and I wasn't upset when Thanos Falcon punched him. Yeah, so Rhodey's dead currently in Civil War 2.
Well,
because Thanos basically Falcon punched through him.
So is Bruce Banner, but I mean, yeah. I expect. I mean, dude, it's Brian Michael Bendis. I expect most of this to be retconned anyways, so I wouldn't worry about it. Waru.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's just make me give a fuck when a character dies.
Right. That's what I say.
Like, if I'm not a fan, because I know for people that are War Machine fans, like, oh man, he died, even though it seemed kind of random. But I guess he was dating Carol, and now it got all personal. Like, that thing killed my boyfriend. Side note, because there's going to be another thing about Civil War 2. The recent issue of Ultimates actually fucking broke. Like, put a giant hole, a dimensional-sized hole, in Civil War 2 as to why this entire event could have been avoided, and it makes it even more stupider.
Yeah.
I'll explain it later, but let's go to the next one from Neil. He said, I asked this on Super Friends, but if you could write any comic book character for Marvel, who would it be? And like Super Friends, if written by prior writers, what would you do to separate them from those who have done it beforehand? And he talked about fire signs and other stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, honestly, like, I would love to write Spider-Man. I feel like Dan Slott he's run his course on that character, and there's a lot of things that I would do. The time
is ticking, old man.
The time is ticking, and there'd be a lot of things that I would do differently. Also, going over to DC, I would love to be able to write Green Lantern. I'm just going to leave it at that.
What about you, Nick?
In terms of Marvel characters, I don't know. I've been like looking into Moon Knight a lot, so I'd maybe take a look at his character. And then I don't know. Are we talking about DC characters too, or is that a separate thing? I don't.
That's just for Super Friends.
I'm not talking about DC on here. This is a Marvel podcast.
DC shenanigans.
That's very true.
For me, I guess, and I guess because I've actually put some thought into it, and I'll get around to working on that after I do some other concept stuff. Is not the mainstream Spider-Man, but do like a kind of like how Landis did American Alien. I do my own take on Spider-Man, which would be very different in several ways from the one we got, but I'd tackle a lot of the common storylines. Like, I'd definitely hit a point where I'd get into One More Day, but do it extremely differently and have it lead into my own version of Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But other than that, honestly, Alpha.
Really?
Here's the thing. Alpha had shitty art and shitty writing for a shitty character with a hodgepodge name off of two good actors. Alpha's powers, though, are like really interesting. and him being set as a character in Pittsburgh should have been like really interesting, but they just gave him all of the worst types of shit. And I'm like, you can do something with Alpha to make him a redeemable character, but you didn't, and you made him a product of like Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I would rectify the mistake that was Alpha. Alright, so next one's from Waru asking, do you think that Marvel is putting out too many comics and it affects their quality? No, I think they're using... I guess I'll start it off. No, I think the issue is that they don't have any variety in their fucking writers.
Yeah, that's definitely a big thing. I think Waru, we've talked about this so many times. I mean, I definitely think they are pumping out too many comics. There's too many tie-ins. There's too many big events. It's just kind of a clusterfuck, and things need to change.
You need if you're gonna have a bunch of books, have the same amount of diversity for your writing staff. I'd max if I put one writer on a book, I'd max him like at 3 or 4.
Yep.
Yep.
Nick agrees. Let's see, Waru also asked if you could get rid of or cancel 5 Marvel comics currently running. Then what would they be? Cough Gwenpool.
I would get rid of Gwenpool. I would probably
Tumblr likes Gwenpool.
I would get rid of whatever comic you're reading.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Yes, that one. Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur. I'd get rid of that.
Her following is somewhere.
Gone. Yeah, with you.
There's like 3 other fans. I'm behind on her book too. I might just pick up the trade. To be honest, I'm behind too.
Oh my god. Yeah. I would get rid of Civil War 2. Just cancel it. It's done.
Oh yeah, cancel it. I cancel the devil.
Yep. It's just gone. Never coming back. We're just not even gonna finish the story. That's what I would do.
Oh no. Are they still running Lady Thor books?
Yep.
Do they still have that same bad writer from before?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd cancel it, but I'd give it a new writer.
Apparently Unworthy Thor is pretty good, so...
I don't know. Marvel just has way too many damn solicitations right now, so it goes back to the last question.
Oh, Mockingbird got canceled.
Oh, yeah, that's a controversy.
Ask me about my feminist agenda.
Okay, in defense of that, I would wear that shirt just cause.
Me too, actually. I would love to get my hands on that shirt.
Yeah, like, I used to see a tank top that said, she wants the D, and next to D it said destruction of the patriarchy. I'm like, I kind of want that. I'm okay with that. But, let's see. We got a question from Jalen asking, is the Cloak and Dagger still getting a TV show? Haven't heard news about that in forever. Huh, same thing with Runaways. Haven't heard a fucking thing.
No, it seems like they're probably just going to keep a tight lip on everything until they got everything, completely solidified. It's out of... Like, when it's out of the pre-production stage and they're ready for casting and getting into full swing of it is when we'll start hearing things, so...
Yeah, I haven't heard of anything regarding casting at all, just from looking at casting calls.
I have more faith in the Runaways than I do Cloak and Dagger, just because Cloak and Dagger is going to freaking Freeform of all places.
Dude, well, what universe are they in? Like...
No, that's MCU.
Yes, they're all MCU.
Dude, but if you feel like it's Marvel in your heart, then it's Marvel.
No, we're not talking about that, Nick. I'm going to bury that memory so deep in my psyche, it's never going to be retrieved or recovered ever again. We have to stop talking about it in order for that to happen.
But we have one. The last question is from Jalen asking,
What? Start.
Why are the Civil War 2 tie-ins better than the main event? Because the Civil War tie-ins just have good writers. If you read the G. Willow Wilson tie-in for Miss Marvel issue 12, that's a really fucking good issue. Like, it's really fucking good.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why. Because, like, I've kind of stopped reading tie-ins because I just don't give a shit about tie-ins anymore. Like, I have drained so much of my time, energy, and money into tie-in issues from big main events. I just don't find it worth my while hardly anymore. There are a few tie-ins if I get enough recommendations and say, okay, like, check this out, it's a good tie-in. And actually, because, like, I've read tie-ins in the past, like, entire tie-in arcs that have nothing to do with the main event happening. Like, they just made it. I'm like, why? Actually, it's such a waste of time and money.
I just remembered her tie-in book was actually 11. 12 is after the tie-in, and it gets really good. Yeah. But just like, it's just because, as far as I can tell, they have better writers. Black Panther doesn't even have a Civil War II tie-in. In fact, he pulls some of the people that are in Civil War II, because there's Luke Cage, Storm, and
Misty Knight.
Another guy. Yeah, Misty Knight and one more other guy that like help him out to fight Ezekiel Stanham. And it's like, alright, fuck continuity.
Yep. That's another thing, too, we have to talk about sometime. That is a conversation for another time, guys. Oh, my God.
Wait, Nick, do you have any idea why the Civil War II tie-ins are better? Well, didn't that happen with the original Civil War? That the tie-ins were better than the main story?
Yes, actually. That did
more,
happen,
yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I haven't really heard anything about Civil War II, so I would just avoid it.
Because no one cares. It's a shitty book. It's a shitty event.
Yeah, it really is. Because once again, Brian Michael Bendis likes to come in and just fuck everything up.
It somehow managed to be worse than the original. Here's the thing: the issue with the so let me bring it up before we close out the show. The issue that Ultimate solved is that Miss America has the power to basically Superboy and punch between and travel between dimensions. So what happened in the last issue is that she showed Carol a dimension where everyone relied on Ulysses' power to see the future, and it's just like dystopian Minority Report future, and she's like, no, this isn't the future I want, and they go back, and she's like, wow, I've really learned something, and I'm like, why didn't we do this from the fucking beginning? That's it. They broke all of Civil War II and made everything null and void with one thing by simply showing, hey, this is the world you're going to create if you keep doing this.
Yep. And it looks kind of bleak, to be honest with you. But hopefully, I always have hope. I'm optimistic about the future of comic books in the industry and where it's heading. I mean, just look at I mean, honestly, just look at DC Rebirth. They're killing it. Like, they're absolutely killing it. The only, like, I would say, like, their worst book right now is probably Aquaman. But that's just my opinion. But I know that there are some really big Aquaman fans out there.
God, Brother Arminro.
Brother Arminro, that's right. Which hopefully we'll be getting him on shortly, and we will have that crossover event coming up also. But anyways, guys, sorry, this is kind of this episode is kind of thrown together very, very quickly, and it's kind of a short episode, and we're down a person. We're all getting ready, getting hyped to go see Doctor Strange in a couple of hours. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We really appreciate it. As always, I've been your host this week, Luke, and I am joined with Will and Nick. Say your goodbyes, guys.
Bye. I'm skipping Strange.
Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in to episode 54 of the Marvelite. If you guys like this episode, it'll also be up on SoundCloud. Make sure to check us out on Twitter. Check out our YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We love to hear from you guys. So if you guys just want to leave us comments, hashtag AskMarvelite, we will try to answer them as soon as we can. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, and we will catch you next week.